times out of 10,
Oh my
they're
god.
pretty, or at least those strippers make them really pretty. And you're always like, oh damn, she pretty, she got body and shit. And you see she got that long ass sleeve, and it goes over one
Mhm.
hand. And you're like, ah shit. You start
Recording
reading
in
their bio,
progress.
and that motherfucker says, I'm a single mom. And it's like every fucking time, man. Every time I run into one of those,
Yeah,
I
they dig
actually,
deep.
like deleted my dating profile. Like the
yeah,
actual profile, I deleted it. My actual dating profile, I deleted it.
I feel that.
Nigga, I would tell you right now, like after that one, I was like, you know what? I think my cold approach game is good enough where if I really feel like hard up and there's not somebody I can call, I'm confident enough I can go find somebody. Like I'm just confident enough in myself where I'm like I could go out and get a chick if I need one. But I'm not gonna.
Hopefully the sound is
cannot
cool.
do online dating no more. I'm sorry. I'm just burnt. Like I met some really great ones. I've met some not so great ones. I genuinely just believe that I don't need it. I don't need
I
Yo.
it.
mean, if we being honest, like
We are
I can go out there
live,
and get
y'all.
a
Y'all still
vibe.
talking it up, man. Y'all always do this all the time, man. Y'all motherfuckers are live.
Do what?
Well, I'm just saying, you know.
Oh,
that's some
okay.
true
Hey,
shit.
y'all keep
Like,
going. I'm just,
I think
you know.
we can go out there and get some below fives pretty easily, but
Not even
it's
lower.
like my
Not even
standards.
lower,
Are,
bro.
Let me do a sound
I'm just
check
saying,
real
like
quick.
for the night, if you really wanted to, you can go out there and like get something like that without any effort. You can pretty much do it, but you have to go down the totem pole a little bit. But I mean, I don't know. Light skins are in right now. We came back in for some reason, but
Oh, we were out. I didn't get to none.
I think we were out around like 2015 to 2018. I think we weren't really big shit then. Drake and J. Cole, and they kind of brought it back on the hips part, but then I think I see
Drake,
a
J.
lot
Cole,
more.
Steph Curry.
Yeah,
Like,
so
just
now it's booming now because I see all these white chicks and Mexican chicks and Filipino chicks trying to look for mixed dudes all the time and shit. And they be coming to the store with their boyfriends and they be just disrespectful.
Well,
It's just
shit.
like,
Well,
they don't be caring, man. They don't be giving a fuck, man.
man.
well, shit.
Ruthless. Young chicks are ruthless nowadays.
I'm doing my little sound checks, man. But I think I'm good on your guys' end because last time I did this, people couldn't hear Danish, but I think they can hear you now. Hopefully, they
Is he
can
not
hear
going to be on today?
you. Nah, he said he went to the gym. Didn't he say he was going to the gym?
Yeah, it is. He was at the gym.
Okay, yeah, so he was at the gym. So I didn't get a confirmation. He didn't say nothing. So if he comes on the stream and gets all mad at us, man, y'all motherfuckers left me. That's not what happened.
Right.
That's not what happened. So, you know, whatever. What's up, y'all, man? What's going on, man? I missed y'all. It's been a minute.
What it do?
You know,
Happy New Year.
happy
Happy New Year.
motherfucking New Year. That is for sure. Hopefully, motherfuckers can hear me on this end. Let me make sure I'm good on my sound check before I do
Product
anything.
placement.
Before I do anything, sound check, it has to be on point for me. That is for sure.
There's a problem using an iPhone, bro.
I'm not even what? What?
Trash.
You don't talk about my iPhone, motherfucker?
Yeah.
How dare you?
I ain't got no Android, man. Come on, bro.
Hold on, be right back. Let me find out. Keep talking.
Yeah, that's just wild.
Yeah, man. I pretty much told myself, I was like, look, like, there were a couple things that I was leaving in 2021, and online apps is one of them. I said, look, like, if I really care that much and I don't have somebody that I can call, I don't have someone who, you know, we get along, we can go on nice dates and stuff, then I'm not on the apps. I'm not going to be on the apps. I said, no more, man. I just, one, as a man, and I did pretty well. I really picked up my ranking on the apps as well. I got a lot of really, really good matches, a lot of really, really attractive suggestions, right? And my match ratio, I feel like was good. But, I don't know, easy come, easy go. And there's no winning. There's no winning in that, I feel like. Like, getting a girl's a match and then chatting her up and getting her number and then getting her on the phone, like, I feel like it's not really a W. Like, it didn't take any real confidence from me. It didn't take any real, like, game. It didn't take any real, like, oh, she's kind of got my energy as a man, and she felt that. I was just
real men aren't scavengers. So you know what I'm saying. So we don't scavenge. We don't take the leftovers. At least I don't. So it's like if it's too easy, I don't feel like it's good. It's worth it. So you know you got to have some form of a challenge, man. Have you thought about moving in with one of your homies, like roommating?
So here's my thing. I would like to get my own place and sublease a room. I know it's going to sound fucked up. I don't really care. It's everything that I want to do is on my terms. So I'm not moving in or having some joint agreement. It's you're moving in to a spot I already have and you're following my rules. It's not going to be one of those where I got to sit there and be like, oh, like, my two things is I want to come and go as I please.
All right.
Cook whenever the fuck I want and have whoever over whenever the fuck I want.
All right.
So whatever arrangement allows me to do that, that's what we're going to do. I have been thinking about my next business. Absolutely, right? I've got this new. I've been at my job for a minute now. I'll tell y'all in the group chat. Y'all know I'm doing good at my job, and I'm making some moves. And I met a lot of really big players in certain industries. I mean, like CEOs, VPs, like guys who, you know, they make a week what I make a year. No joke.
All right.
So, I've had some business ideas, some investment ideas for this year, but I told myself 2022 was the year of money, like nothing else. Year of money, year of hitting my fitness strength goals. Other than that, nothing else matters. So if I'm staying in where I'm staying at right now for the remainder of the year, that's the way it's going to be. But
that's what's up, man. Yeah, man. I'm speaking of motherfucking checklists and resolutions and shit that we trying to hit, goals we're trying to hit this year. Motherfucker, that's the episode topic today. I know I had Danish on here last episode. We were talking about that. And I wanted to get a little checklist and see if everybody's been on top of it this beginning of the year, man. It's 2022, man. So, yeah, man. I didn't ask to get a chance to do with you guys, so I'm curious of what you guys setting your goals for. This motherfucker.
Hey, bro.
Man. This motherfucker. I want to know what you guys got, man. Like, I'm curious about what the light skin. No, I'm just kidding. I'm curious about what. But no, I'm serious. I'm really curious on like what you guys are coping with. Are you guys looking to do that, like date seriously, or not trying to just focus on money? Like, what's the end thing that we're doing on a day-to-day basis that we could share with folks? As I take my sip of cognac.
Well, I'll go first. You know, I was telling Alpha Month, and you probably heard a tail into that, but I'm not going on dating apps this year. I said this is the year I'm done with apps. I think I know I got enough game and I'm confident in myself that if I really want one, I go get one myself. I've kind of done with apps. I know that's where things are going. I do feel like if I get into anything, one, I'm not trying to find anything serious this whole year. I don't want any girlfriends this year. But if I find something that I think speaks to me, and I don't mind doing a bit of casual dating, semi-casual dating, it's not going to be on the app. I'm done with that.
Are you? Hey, you're kind of breaking up a little bit. You're getting a little choppy every time. I'm not sure if it's you or me. But
I think it's you. I'm just going to blame you.
Static? Okay,
how about that?
No one else is doing it, though. That's crazy. But anyways, yeah. The apps, though, for real? You give it up with the apps? You doing Max Savage on me?
I actually deleted my profile.
You doing a Max Savage because you don't happen to Max Savage. That motherfucker, like, he discovered it through me, a dating app, and it ruined his life. So he's like, I'm never going back.
No, man. I mean, I think right now, like, it's just a weird cycle of you swipe, you match, you talk a little bit, you get a number, you go on 1 or 2 dates, you hook up, you don't hook up, and then it's over. Yeah, and it's just like there is so much better use of my masculine energy than wasting it on ephemeral, titular, temporary things.
Yeah, that's definitely you, man. You got headsets, man. It's definitely you, man. It's chopping out every time you're saying something important. Must mean something. It is. It's not me.
Every time you go up, if you go up and higher in pitch, it
statics. It's not just me. See, I knew it. I knew it ain't me. We want to hear what you got to say. You. Okay, well, anyways, I didn't even get to introduce the people who's on here. It's myself, Alpha Monk. I don't even know if you go by many names now these days. Gold pill, red pill. The pill? Okay, the pill. I don't know. But yeah,
Yeah.
turn your sound
Doesn't
down.
matter which
man.
one you're gonna get.
Put that shit in there,
take
man. Yeah, put that motherfucking shit in there, bro. Shit, man. High quality stuff, man. 2022,
I'm still
man.
keeping
We
the
stepping
one,
it
so
up.
you guys kind of get over that.
Marquez sound is yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's clipping. I ain't the only one that noticed it. I told you, man. We want to hear what you got to say.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, come on.
Your voice matters too, man.
Yeah, your voice matters too. All right, man.
We're
Alpha
25
Monk.
now. We can listen to what you got to say.
It may be some nonsense half the time, but people still want to hear. Now, Alpha
I'll
Monk.
pull
All
up
right,
the old
man.
laptop. Give me a sec.
What you got, Alpha Monk? What we got? What's going on, man? What's the deal?
I told you, man, this year is just getting out of the position that I'm in so I can work from home and pursue further into my own career. That's about it. Same shit I was doing last year. I don't really do resolutions because I don't really do year by year. I mean, I got to follow it because I live in society, but I think it's all bullshit. It's all running, and it's not like something stops at December 31st and something begins. It's all a mindset. I mean, obviously, it's off the Gregorian calendar or whatever you want to do, but
Yeah.
I don't really it doesn't really faze me. And every time most people will make a list, but they never do the list. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll quit 2 months in. So it's like, why even put that stress on yourself if you're not going to fully do it? You got to have the willpower, and you got to have, the motivation, all that stuff to do that. And you got to wait for a date to do that. You're not really going to do it. So you should just already be doing it, you know what I'm saying? And just continue it. Just improve. Just, improve everything you want to improve in your life. That's pretty much it. But
that's so
you
crazy.
can do that day to day.
That's so crazy. None of us want to date. The only one who wanted to date up in here is Donish last episode. That's terrible. That's unfortunate, man.
Donish is a romantic, and he wants someone to love him. So it's that's what he craves.
Damn, I feel like
we've all had that.
Oh, I did.
We've even had it when we didn't want it. So it's like,
I don't need love.
I've experienced love, and I experienced the things that he wants from a female. I've experienced that, and I've gotten that with every girl that I've been with. So it's like, I know what it feels like. I've been through it. I've had it. I could have kept it if I wanted it. All that shit. So it's like, now I want to focus, on the almighty dollar. So,
get your paper, man. I mean, like that.
Yeah,
I'm never knocking it.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
gonna retire early, bro. I want to experience life for the next 30, 40 years, before I really settle down and not do nothing.
He living the life, man.
Yeah, that 9 to 5 shit gotta go, bro. I can't be doing that shit.
Yeah,
because you find out that you can live a more healthier lifestyle if you can work from home or have your own business, stuff like that. Because then you have the time to work out. You have the time to eat the right food. You don't have to run to a fast food place because you only got 30 fucking minutes to eat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have a better lifestyle when you do that shit.
The grind, man. That grind, man. Like it's definitely like shit, man. You start thinking.
I mean, we all got to go through it, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's shit, man.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's the real stuff, because it's like you start thinking in your head, like, damn, man, like, do I really want to keep doing this? The same rat race thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's if you go to work every day and you don't like what you're doing, then you're not supposed to be there. Now, I understand we all have to make bills. You know what I'm saying? We have to all make bills. We all have to pay our bills.
Yeah.
And you got to do what you got to do to keep the roof over your house, over your head. Damn, fucking up. But
did Markel just dip up out of here?
I mean, you gotta. I think he's fixing this shit.
Better.
You got to work hard to get to that comfortable spot. You know what I'm saying? You can't just stay there and go to a miserable job over and over and over. You just can't do that shit.
Can't go to a miserable job. Can't go to a miserable wife. Can't do shit.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of things you can do now. You can do a lot of online side hustles.
I mean,
they would probably take up just as much time it would be at a regular 5 to 9, but you'll be at home. You can do it from home.
Yeah, I think.
And once you get used to it, the money will just start coming in and shit.
I think a lot of it too. I mean, like, we already had this talk too. As men get older, we get more and more depressed. I guess, like, I don't know if we in these times, like, we kind of go through it, and I don't know, man.
Well,
Like our testosterone gets lower. Like shit's going on. Like you start hitting these like in
yeah.
our 30s and you know what I mean, 20s and 30s.
Men hit their wall at 40. No, actually like 50.
Yeah.
Men hit their wall at 50, and it's like because when I went to the doctor when I was like in my early 30s, they were like they were discussing, telling everything, and they were like, oh yeah, good. I had a good bill of health, all that shit. But I was just discussing them like, when do men usually start to have health problems? And they were like, well, if you're not active, you don't work out, you don't eat healthy foods, and you're just eating whatever you want, it'll start hitting you around 44, 45.
That's crazy.
But you still have a good 5 to 10 years or you have a good 5 years to reverse it, whatever problems you have within those 40s, because your 40s is pretty much like your stretch of 30s if you're in good shape.
Yeah.
But once you hit that 50, that's the male's wall. You can't really return from that without some super hard work and some doctor intervention. You know what I'm saying? That's when it takes like trainers and shit like that to get into that shape. Yeah, but so it's like if you're in your 40s,
the audio fixed, the better now.
You know
it's all right. Yeah, you got decent audio.
Yeah, it sounds
The
better.
audio's all right.
Yeah, it sounds
cool.
better.
It's cool. Sounds better. I just want I didn't want to fuck you up, man. I just want to make sure you good, man.
But yeah, anyway, back to
care about
the resolutions thing. Yeah, just about that money, man. Just getting that money and being able to work from home.
That's
and,
the key. That's what I've been trying to always do.
When she come into my life, other than that, I ain't really looking.
I feel like that's ideal for me. Like that's why I started outreaching to like working from home, because it's just like, man, I can't. Yeah. Especially in these times, man. I really got to be there, just based on the situations. I actually, I did put that out there. Y'all have missed my damn announcement. I talked about my son on there. Y'all motherfuckers weren't here. I wanted y'all here when I told the whole world.
You had Donish. You need us.
I did have Donish. Like I said, man, Donish, like he was like, "Oh man, that's what's up." I already knew already. I was like, "Motherfucker!" Like I already told him, but no, it just get irrespective of what I'm gonna do for the podcast. So it's just like a whole different mindset. You know what I mean? I'm sure Markel knows. Say how it is, and it's crazy shit, man. Like, man, yeah. But as far as like for me, I guess 2022 definitely, like 2021 was for sure was like a year of like just figuring out like what I truly wanted to get. It's not like I'm not in a sad sense like, oh my gosh, I'm so traumatized. Like for sure I've been through my shit. Y'all motherfuckers know. But it gave me a different perspective on just like what I need to get done as far as my life, as far as dating too. I told myself, man, I'm still not convinced. I don't care what y'all say. I'm not gonna date a mom and won't. I can't. I don't know if I can't do it, man. I don't know if I can do it. I can't jump. I know. I can't. So, and part of me is like, as far as me dating someone who doesn't have a kid, it's just like, yes, they do prefer it. Like women are cool with it. It's not a big issue. Yeah. And they see like, oh, man's actually taking care of his shit. He's providing. Like one girl even said, like when I told my homegirl that I knew for like long before I had a kid, and she was like, damn, that's kind of hot. Like the fact that you're doing this shit for your kid is like, that's hot, right? I was like, man, wait, calm down, relax. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just doing what I got to do. I'm not trying to get no pat on the back. You know what I'm saying? And
hey, if it can become a tool, use it. Shit.
Yeah. Man, who's fuck
calling you right now?
I don't know.
Who calling?
I don't know, man. I don't know why he's calling me while I'm streaming, man. Nah, it's my boy Torres, man. I'm gonna tell him I'll call later. It's my homie. I don't know why he's hitting me up right now, but I'm streaming. Anyways, but like it's crazy because like in a sense it's like, man, I can't do that either, man. Y'all say this now, like, oh, you saying this now because you're going through it, but like at this point I'm just like, nah. If y'all know me, y'all know me. Like if I'm how I am, I'm stuck in my ways. I don't change out of it.
What?
Right?
You're stuck in your ways?
Yeah.
Since when?
Oh, you didn't know?
What? I don't know you were stuck in your ways, bro.
You didn't know?
You didn't tell
okay,
us?
well now y'all know.
When did this happen?
Yesterday.
It's been one of those episodes I wasn't here.
You must have missed the episode. That's when I said that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's just like at the end of the day, it's like how how I perceive things and what I'm gonna focus on. Like maybe this is what I needed. Like because I'm not like y'all. I didn't have like love and stuff like that growing up. I was never in love. So maybe this will give me a different perspective on having a different type of love, right? Like this man said, I'll love my dog. Like I'll get a pet and love them. You know what I mean? Like, so maybe it's just the same way.
When he sent it, when Alpha Monk sent to the group chat, because one, it was like an emotional extreme. Because one, I was like this close to and be nice, and and then Alpha Monk come through this. I was dead. And I think it's a real question, and I wanted to take the conversation further. The reason I didn't was ADD kicked in, and I got distracted. But so the reason I asked that question, if you have somebody who is guaranteed to love you, guaranteed to want to physically take care of you, and guaranteed to like they sexually wanted to satisfy you, and sexually were very attracted to you, you get sexual chemistry, but you were not in love with them. Could you marry them?
Yeah, you hell lagging out, but it's cool. I don't know, man. Like, I'll let Alpha Monk respond to that one. You go first, because I already answered my question, but I want to hear.
I didn't remember the married part. I thought it just meant like be with them.
No. If
the marriage part, that gets me.
She would do her best to take care of you, and she loved you, would you marry her if you were not in love with her?
And she's rich, like she's like paying for everything.
No.
Yeah, probably so. Probably.
I don't think I could.
The question is crazy.
I couldn't.
Maybe. It all depends on
how a lot of women marry.
I know, right?
That's how a lot of women marry. There's a guy who sexually can do the job, is willing to shell out financially, and for the most part, we'll stick around and take care of her if things get rough, but she's not in love with him. But she's
all the time.
20s and desperate, or early 30s and is tired.
I think a lot of women in their 30s get really like in that mindset though. Like,
yeah. Because I mean, at that point, it's
for
like,
me,
what do you do? Like you've been in the dating pool. Let's say you start dating at like 16, and you're 36. You've been in the dating pool 20 years, and it worked out for you.
Yeah.
People get jaded, they get desperate, or they just believe love doesn't exist for me.
Yeah, I would have to be in my late 40s and just like.
But like we don't have
life or some shit.
But why though? Like, I mean, okay. We don't have a ticking time on. We don't need to rush.
We don't, but if I get to a certain age and I just don't see the light at the end of the tunnel as far as career goes, and I have to do the same shit over and over just to make a dollar, and then I meet this girl and she's like, "Oh man, I'm rich because my dad died and he left me 18 million. I love you so much. You don't have to work, baby. We can just go." And I still don't love her, but I find her attractive, and she, we have phenomenal sex, and that's cool. I don't have to love something. Nobody said I had to love something to be with someone. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? She could become my best fucking friend, and she can be in love with me all day long. I don't care. I won't disrespect her. You know what I'm saying? If the love is great, or if the sex is great, I don't need to cheat on her for sex. I just won't have any love connection. But, I'll be compassionate. I'll be affectionate. I'll respect her. She'll pay for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm her husband. So now I'm rich. So it's like, I would probably find something within that to create, to get my outlet. You know what I'm saying? So that, through that.
You wouldn't do it if the money element wasn't involved. It was all the responsibilities of a husband. But if the money element was not involved, you'd be like, no, I'm out. I wouldn't do it.
I would not.
All right.
Yeah.
Don't forget that part too. The responsibility of the husband is still on you.
Still.
Yeah, I mean, if the money was involved, I would do all the husband shit besides bring the bread home. But again, I'd have to be like at my end rope, just like, I don't see a light at the end of the tunnel.
What age would that be, you think?
Like, honestly, I would say for me, if I don't have shit going on by 52, not literally, I wouldn't kill myself, but I think that would be like, fuck.
So we got a question. I guess Danica, I know her from way back. She said, how are you guys defining quote love in this marriage of contents? Some of y'all don't even believe in marriage. I ain't
I
gonna
don't
say who.
believe
I'm not gonna sit
I
here
ain't
and
gonna say
redefine
who,
love. What
but
does love to be? I feel like that's a rabbit hole question. I'm not gonna sit here and redefine love. Love is the intense emotion and feeling. Else that part. Like I'm not gonna sit here and go down that
that's
hole.
a
In
personal
love or
thing.
not in love, whatever
It's
that means to
different
you.
with everybody.
Yeah.
So you can't really define that.
yeah, no, I understand.
Just your general love, just whatever, however she loves, just think of it that way.
I mean,
That's the way I can think of
yeah.
it.
I mean, to tackle on what you were saying, I mean, like, it's so hard, man, because, like, you spending the rest of your life with somebody, man, and that's super key, man. Like, you really gotta tap in. Like, yeah, they might be doing all the task of, like, taking care of you and doing all this other shit, man, but, like, I feel like that's just, I don't know, man. Like, there's someone, like, for me, like a support someone, like someone holds me accountable. If she's just sitting there just doing all this shit, like, am I bidding and shit, man, just do what she do, because there's more to just that to me. I think it's just, there's so many women out there. There's so many women out there who would kill to fucking do this shit. Like, they're okay. How do you know when you're in love? I'll answer that question, Rita. But once I'm done. But, like, I feel like in that sense, it's like, man, like, okay, do I really want to? Like, I love this person, but am I in love with this person? And it's hard for me to ask because I've never been in love. So it's like, I don't know. Like, I just can't see myself being the rest of my life in that situation. Because, like, I'll ask them, hey, like, I'm making a big financial decision. And she's like, whatever you want to do, babe. I'm like, damn, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, you're just like,
let's open up that condom shop I always wanted to be.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, just like, oh, whatever you do, I just support. Like, that's fine and all, man. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like, hey, I don't know. You messed up like 3 times already. Like, god damn, shit. It will annoy me, but, like, it gets me like fuck, all right. Okay. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, or it's the opposite. They might be just super pessimistic with everything you're doing. And that's not good either. Pushing a man down further down than they're supposed to. That's also like, there's got to be a good balance. And I guess I'm asking for too much because I can never get that. I get the too much, and then I get the too much of that. So it's like damn, you pushing me down, man. It's just hurt my goddamn feelings. Shit. Marina, to answer your question, how do you know when you're in love, fellas? Y'all know this.
I would say, through my experience, the way I've seen it was, so like when you love someone, you love their flaws, their insecurities in life. You love the great things about them, and you know things about them that they hate about themselves, and you still love them, right? But being in love, it hits a plateau at some point, because I think being in love is like that raw emotion that you get from that first year and a half of being with each other. Constant sex, constant affection, the cute nicknames, all that shit happens within that first year and a half because you're getting to know each other, and it's really raw and it's new. But that plateaus after a while. It can't last because it's so powerful. And that's when the love comes in, and that's from coming to, from getting to know each other, understanding how each other works, your experiences and how you guys can meld together, all that type of shit. That what comes in. That's what keeps you together. But that, like, being in love forever, that's a Disney fairy tale, man. That shit don't last too long. So just like when you have a beautiful girl that you didn't think you could get, like, she just fine as shit. After about 2 years, you're gonna be used to that beauty, and it's not gonna be the same, and vice versa. So it's like it's kind of similar to that.
Yeah, that makes sense. What about you, Markel? Let him know.
How do you know when you're in love or when you're in love?
Let me see the context. How do you know when you're in love?
That's kind of that's one of those. If you don't have connection with your own intuition to know whether or not you're in love, you have bigger problems than finding love. You know when you're in love when you feel that shit from the bottom of your heart.
Yeah,
there should be a whole bunch of feelings, and it's also the idea of, no matter how bad this gets, I'm here for it. In my opinion, so I'm one of those where I subscribe to the idea that love is a verb, right? Any feeling that I feel for someone that isn't tied with this verb
Man, you hella like it, bro. Yeah, you losing you, man. You've been losing you since the beginning.
Attachment.
Yeah, man.
I'm about losing permanent in a minute.
Yeah, we hella losing you, bro.
All right, well, what do you want me to do?
Well, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Talking. I think it's your screen is kind of.
Yeah, you can just turn off your screen if you want.
Yeah, you can keep
no one wants to see your face anymore. You good?
Say less. All right. So, is this better now?
Yeah, I guess so. It's just a black screen.
Yeah. So I would go with when you feel it in the bottom of your, as a man, when I have this deep knowing in the bottom of my stomach that I will commit to a single person for a certain ability for a long period of time, regardless of hardship, that is love for me. Anything beyond that is just love and affection and affinity and just really being fond of somebody, being in lust for somebody. But if I feel these feelings without the desire to be responsible for them, then I know the difference between love or not love. If you don't know in the bottom of your stomach how you feel, you have bigger problems than trying to be in love.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. That part.
It's just one of those things that you'll know. Like we all know when we actually truly feel it. Like it's not a trick of an emotion or nothing. You really just know. Like there's been times where I thought that I was, but then when I truly was, that shit was phenomenal. It was different. It was scary as fuck too. That's the one thing nobody ever tells you how scary it is because you don't want to lose it. So it's like that's the part that fucks with your brain, is because you don't want to lose it because you never felt anything like that before. Because it's not the same as a mother to son, love. It's totally different. So it's you would know. Just put it that way. It's just one of those things that you'll just know.
That makes sense. What's up, Michael? Yeah, man. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, like for me, like I don't know. I wish I could answer that for her. I was out in the streets. I was out in the streets at 20.
You haven't fallen in love because you would already know. You'd be like, yeah, I have.
Appreciate the mic. Thank you, Michael. Much love. Yeah, man. I mean, hope I answer your question, Rena. She probably left up out here like, man, fuck y'all. No, I'm just kidding. But no, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, like, I guess you would just know. At the end of the day, I think what it comes down to, I think you would know. Like, you would know for sure, like, okay, this is the person I'm going to be with. Even for me, even for someone like me, I'm like, you know what, this is it. I feel like this is it. So, I don't wish that for me to go through that right now. I'm just not really, goal really is just, like you said, I think all of us goals is just really just focus on us, focus on getting our shit going. I think I think the quarantine definitely got us in some type of feels. When I was doing the podcast back in the day when we were in lockdown, we was like, man, what's going on, man? Hey, what's going on, man? Like, y'all, we was on some like quarantine shit, some crackhead shit for a minute. Wow. We was wilding out, man. We was to pounce on something, man. We was out. So, but like that didn't fucked us up, and most of these motherfuckers, fucked up. I ain't gonna say who, but but yeah, and who would do such a thing? Who would do that? I wonder. But yeah, so I mean, what's up, growing bear suit? Holla at you. Yeah, man. I mean, I hope I answer your guys' questions on here. I think we're just really talking about more of our checklist to see if we're holding ourselves accountable. It's a couple of my homies right now. We're just really if you guys just tapping in, we're just really just talking about like our dating goals. It seems like we ain't got no dating goals. We just have most focus on our personal goals, our money goals. I mean, as far as dating goals, that just comes hand in hand. I wasn't expecting all three of us to not have dating goals. I thought one of us would. Like, shit.
I'll tell you right now. I mean, in terms of goals, like 2022, I told myself was the year of the bag. Like this is the year that I get, I hit those money goals and I start making moves. Like,
that's good. Someone at your age, man. I was definitely not thinking of that. I was reading
some articles and stuff, and I was looking back at my own, like, my own dating history and stuff like that, and I kind of realized what I think is fair to expect from a partner, what is too much to expect from a partner, and I realized I think my standards for women today are too high. I think my expectations for majority of the women that I run into are too high. And I think the reality is like I just can't expect them to be this thing for me. Like a lot of guys talk about, I want a girl who's going to support me, who's going to help me get to the field goal, or help me get to the end zone, help me get to where I got to go. In my mind, I'm just like, you know what? You can't really ask women to do that. You just can't really expect it. But
That's
if
true.
she's there, just know you found a dime. But that shouldn't actually be on your checklist. I think that should be something you should think about, whether or not you're going to wife a chick or not, whether or not she gets a toothbrush at your place or not. But I just don't really think that that's the actual expectation you can put on women, because I just don't think a lot of women today are even thinking about that.
Are they? Are you sure about that? Oh, I mean, I think a lot of women are very independent now these days. They feel like I don't need no man kind of shit, but they kind of do need a man.
I don't even know what that fucking means either.
That's the question of 2022. I'm trying to figure out. But it's fine. It's cool. But you know, like I said, us fellas,
we're not expecting nothing from these females. Keep it real. And I'm not saying this to disparage women, to speak bad on women, to make women look bad, to paint them as something that is a bane to the male existence, right? I mean, it goes both ways. For anything I say, there's an equal opposite thing a woman can say, right? I am just saying, as a man, for me, this year, anything beyond casual companionship, I'm not looking for it. I think there's a lot men have to do on their own. I think men need to stop looking for these life partners and start thinking about what life am I going to build, and then someone who wants to be a part of that will find you.
Have you heard that term? If they build, they will come.
100%. It's exactly what I'm saying. I think there's been this idea, this prescription doled out by social media and Hallmark movies and also women, that you're going to be at the bottom. You're going to then find a woman who is also at the bottom, and you're both going to build your way to the very, very top together. I don't think that really exists for 95% of us.
I don't think so either. I think a lot of people are just in that
simple
fantasy.
reason we talked about hypergamy, but also women smell winners. What's most attractive to a woman is a man who's already building, or a man who's already built it, whatever her personal dating strategy is, right? Wherever she's at in terms of her lifespan. If she's in her early 30s, she wants to find someone who's already built it. If she's in her mid-20s, she wants to find somebody who's moving fast.
Yeah.
You know? So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I'm not looking for a partner. I'm not at all looking for a life partner. I'm not looking for a business partner. I'm not looking for somebody who's going to sit there and we're going to do a 50-50. Look, I know what I want. I know who I want in my network. I'm already been talking to individuals who can help me get to where I want to go. If a woman comes along who sees the work that I put in, sees the effort that I put in, sees the life that I built for myself, and she appreciates that, and she wants to spend time with me along my journey, I'm open to it 100%. But I think it's a bit of a fallacy. And then also too, like, I eventually want to be married and be a husband one day, right? Like I eventually want to have a family, one, like my own familial unit. You kind of have to build it. I think for men, you should build it and then kind of find a wife. I don't think you should really like look for it when you haven't built it yet, because you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot.
What's up, talking nurse?
You know,
she said reminds of that.
Having a girlfriend is a responsibility. Having a girlfriend is an obligation. Having a wife is a huge obligation. I'm not religious, but I do believe in the biblical sense that it's the husband's responsibility to take care of his wife, to provide for his family. And that's a lot away from whatever you can build when you have that obligation.
I mean, it's a lot of it's facts. I think a lot of the men, like, I mean, a lot of the men I know are like mostly on that hype. They're not like, oh man, I gotta find somebody and I gotta do all this. I have all these kids with these women, and I gotta try to make this work. And you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, it's like they don't have that castle. They don't have that shit that they built.
It's less stress when you have your own money.
I think this is a lot of young guys that are afraid to be alone.
It's more fun when you have your own money. You can toss them to the streets if they act out. If you have your own money,
what's up,
I'm old-fashioned that way too. Like she can come into my life, and if she wants to participate and support while I'm building my own empire, that's fine. but she can't come in and be co-owner of that motherfucker. That's impossible because I started that shit. That's mine.
I've seen it happen so many times where the motherfucker, like, they know, some women know how important that business is to them. They'll do their best. And when that divorce happens, they'll fuck with that shit up.
I want to have that shit.
They don't really need it. It's crazy, like, how fucked up it is. Like, they don't even need the business. Like, they're just doing it just in spite of, he loved me more than he loved it. He loved that business more than he loved me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever he was building up. But it's just crazy, like, damn, I heard so many stories from a lot of business owners and who got married and their wife fucked them.
There's no reason to get married. That's another reason why you shouldn't get married.
Like,
or your typical marriage anyway. You know, you can get married, just don't go through the law.
The most, I mean, just the most. I mean, I don't. Maybe it's two sides of the story. Maybe the dudes probably, the men like that I've seen that gone through it are probably a piece of shit. Like, but I don't sense it. Like, I feel like they're just really good men doing what they're doing. They're providing, doing what they can, but they're not giving them the attention that they want. And I think what it comes down to, like, the sex is different or the passionate, and that's also gone. But the man is always busy. Some of these dudes are like really trying to build this shit, but it goes back to it. Like, if you'd have had that beforehand and not build it with them, it would have made more sense because, like, you already have it there. Like, she just ain't gonna be part of the journey. But a lot of men want that. She been in my ride or die. Like, this is how I see it. Like, she gonna like. But like, at the end of the day, it's like, it's so hard to find.
Beautiful story. I think it's a beautiful story, and when you have a quote unquote writer, well, you know, she's down for whatever, whenever. It saves you from the reality of when you're building something with a lot of darkness and loneliness.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
it saves that part from that. I'm going to be alone at 5 a.m. writing this code for this thing, or writing this final, or proofreading my script. Right in the morning, I proofread this script that I've been working on tirelessly during my shift, on my lunch, at my day job, outside my day job.
Speaking of
the
scripts,
idea of, I'm gonna have a female companion who's gonna get my rock off, bring me some coffee, bring me a drink, bring me some water every time I get tired building my dream. And the reality is that's not real. It's not gonna happen.
Because in their mind, they see it as a dream. They don't see. Yeah, but the problem is that in their mind they see it like, oh, he's still dreaming. He ain't got it yet. I'm still supporting him. But you have such a small window. You have such a small window of that shit of like until they like.
That's because social media is showing them the end result always. So they don't realize the behind the scenes work of it. But and honestly, I don't think humans are really meant to be together for a very long period of time. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it's just
the only reason our parents and their parents did it because it was a social construct. But naturally, we can't really stay. Like, if we had no marriage, like there was no consequences in the marriage. Like, people can sleep around if they wanted to and shit like that. Motherfuckers would just be sleeping around. So it's like it just shows you that we're not really built to be with just one person for a longer period of time. Now, we can probably do it up to 10 years, maybe even 15, but even through those 15 years, somebody's gonna steer off. You know what I'm saying? Are they gonna fall out of love, fall into love, all that type of shit? But I don't think naturally we're supposed to be together for long periods of time. I think we can couple up, just like animals do in the wild. We couple up, maybe have a couple of kids. We go off on our separate ways. Kids go off on their separate ways. Boom, keep going and keep going. You don't have to stay with that person until you die. That is a social construct. It's not a natural construct. We didn't do that when we were in huts and shit. You know what I'm saying? We had kids and we just started moving around. That's why there are still some countries that men have multiple wives. And you know, so it's like I'm not saying we have to do that. I'm just saying it's not a natural thing, and people shouldn't be too into it anymore. It's kind of like, you know, you can find other ways. Like, you don't have to go through the court system to get married. You guys can have a very spiritual marriage. You can even have the wedding and everything. Just make it more of a spiritual thing. Don't bring the law and everything into it if you truly love and trust each other. But if one person's like, no, you know, I need to protect myself, then you don't need to get married. You know what I'm saying? If you're not at that mindset, if you're both not there, you know, and that shows again that marriage is kind of a fucked up thing that they created. if you look up the origins, it was more so to bring families together so they can create empires. Like you would have a family of coal miners that had the coal or the mine. They owned the mine. And you had a family that owned the mill, and they had their two empires in this little town. So they would get their son and his daughter, and they would marry each other, and they would merge families.
What up, Red
That's
Rice?
what they used to do in the. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing about love. It became about love. I think like in the late 1800s or some shit like that. You know, don't quote me on that, but it was never about love at the beginning. So that right there tells you that it's not really something that is ingrained in our natural abilities. You know what I'm saying? Or the way we live our lives.
Well,
I see what you mean. Okay, go ahead.
I don't 100% agree with that statement. I think one of the beauty of marriage is because marriage is a choice. You choose to get together the rest of your life. Now, you're right. There were conventions that I think made it easier, right? Social conventions like divorce was illegal for a long period of time, and people don't talk about that. In a lot of states, to jump through hoops like a motherfucker to get divorced.
Yeah, man, it's the quickest thing, man. I've seen people
Like
go
a
through
motherfucker.
divorce in 1 year.
Shamed by everybody too. You got shamed and everything. You got divorced. Yeah, it showed like you were you were a quitter. Like you couldn't really like get through it because they
And I'm not
didn't
going to say that that relationships were any better for it, but I do feel like it works as long as you make it work.
True, very good.
It's just so crazy, man. Like, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I just feel like it's so crazy, man.
Yeah, I hear you. No.
It got lower.
Would you cut me off just to say that? That divorce is crazy? Like we didn't already know?
All right, I'm back. Okay. Fucking Mike. God fucking damn it. Anyways, okay. Like I it's so crazy like how higher divorce is. I mean, I'm sure like breakups are a little bit more higher, but it's so much work to get the divorce. Go ahead.
I said a little bit higher.
Okay, well, maybe
like 100% higher.
Okay, 100% higher. If you break it
don't
down,
get married, you break up. So it's probably like 90%.
There's so many breakups going on. I broke up with my boyfriend, but like divorce is like, but it's so pretty high though. Like it's up there though. You know how hard it is to get a divorce? That's a lot of work.
Well,
you mean something you can't work that out?
Yes and no. It depends what gender you are.
Oh, okay.
It depends what gender you are. That's how hard divorce is. How about that?
Well, man, people are breaking up now.
So men get
like,
fucked
like
over.
back
I
in
get it.
elementary
Bet.
school.
100%.
Men get fucked
And
over. We
what's
all know
crazy
this.
is these women get lawyers.
Yeah.
And what they'll do is
Dre won.
a lawyer won't charge a single fucking thing. They'll say, well, look, like all the fees we paid after we win.
Well, Drake won because his,
And then he's going to end up paying for your lawyer.
Oh my
fees.
gosh.
Great.
Like, why are we doing this? Why are we getting married? Hey, but Dre, shout out to Dr. Dre. He actually won that case, and then he
God.
He got her, and then he resued her back, and like you ain't getting shit. You paying for them lawyers that you paid for. You getting like.
Didn't he get settled for? He has to pay her $100 million.
He settled for I think like 100 mil. Something she got some kind of sin, but she didn't get all of it. He didn't get all of the shit that she was trying to get for
He
it.
didn't get the $500 million.
He didn't care about the money.
The
money wasn't an issue. It was his records. It was his fucking gold platinum shit that he cherished. She wanted that shit.
Yeah, she wanted that and like.
Like, what would you want with that? Why do you want that? Like, you're obviously going for this man's like hard-earned possession shit. Like, you're going for his fucking jugular for no fucking reason, and I don't fucking understand that shit. Like, that to me is like, yo, like what? Like, you don't need those. Like, what are you gonna put them on your wall?
She wanted like him to pay for like all of her expenses every month too, on top of everything.
Yeah,
it came out to like it was like $1 million a month or some bullshit.
Fucking
shit. It was so
man.
crazy. I was like, what the fuck is this?
It's always a reason. I mean, it's always a reason. There's always another side. So I'm sure like Dr. Dre has some other shit that he probably fucking did and probably fucked up.
But still,
you gonna go for a man's jugular
because the man never gets anything out of it.
Oh, never. Most likely, we settle for it.
Still to this day, it's still really crazy fucked up. It's
a lot of men we settle. We don't baby it. We don't mope and complain all day. We just fucking all right. Well, it is what it is.
Which is beautiful about being a man because we vicious. But
we knew that was gonna happen.
It's like, man, like at least you know, like I wish like they would like make the wives come and give the husband head every Friday. You know what I'm saying? Until they got remarried. You know what I'm saying? That would be their
Such a fucked up situation.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Like-
yes, you have to give him head every Friday. And you have to give him some pussy every Tuesday, every other Tuesday,
and it goes hearing you guys out like what we're saying, what we're talking about. It cowers a lot, not cowards, but it pushes a lot of men not to do this because they know you're gonna get fucked in the end.
I mean, there's nothing.
You're not the only men that think about this. I'm sure a lot of men think this shit through.
Oh my god, you heard of MGTOW?
Who?
Half of the red pill says never get married. MGTOW.
Oh hell yeah! So many men have walked away from this shit. Like women are upset. They're desperate now. Like they're starting to wake up over this bullshit they've been going through in the last 5 to 10 years.
That's just so fucking nuts, like, bro.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious to watch. Actually,
it's just, I mean, just going what I'm going through right now, currently, man. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I already know if once I go there, it's like it's gonna work in the woman's favor, and it's just so unfortunate. You know what I mean? Like, yes, there's systems out there that can push it back. But at the end of the day, it's just like, man, you almost don't want to have a kid. You almost don't want to get married. You almost want to do any of this shit because, like you say, it goes back to the right person, right? And it's just like, yo, like, is this person really going to fuck me up? And you didn't think that shit was going to happen with Dr. Dre's fucking wife. How long were they together for? Like, she was there from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
From what I was told. And, like, I like how, like, and I talked to this with Donish before, and I know he's on here just talking shit on our Facebook shit. He's not in here, but it's cool. Now we brought up Insecure, that series, the movie, the show Insecure. I never watched that goddamn shit.
Okay? I never watched it.
I mean, it's cool to see that they shine a light on it, but it was more on the shining light for. I mean, I could be wrong, but it kind of shined a light more, still on the man or the woman more. But like, I could be wrong. But like, someone could say correct me. But like, I never watched the series, but I guess it was a happy ending in the long run. But I was just
what is it even about?
I forgot, man. I didn't watch the goddamn show. Donish ain't here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to. Okay, so she said, "Girl in the Bear Suit" said it's so good. Everyone likes Insecure. I just never watched the shit. I think I walk like people told me to watch it. I should watch it to help me with my podcast. I watched 3 episodes. And
I really don't like watching shit that can actually happen in real life.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying, bro. Like that stresses me the fuck out. Like I was stressed.
Shit could never happen on this earth. Like
it's like dragons, Game of Thrones shit. Yeah, like I ain't gonna see no goddamn dragon. Like I want
to be entertained. I don't want to see the failures and shit of dating and shit in New York. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, so girl in the bear suit said there was hella growth with both the men and the women, which is cool. Like in a fairy tale situation.
Hella what? Hella growth?
There was hella growth with both the men and women. If someone could shine more light on it for me, I appreciate it. But like to me, it was like now we're putting this out there that shit's possible. I'm not knocking. I'm not being pessimistic. But at the end of the day, reality, right? They got to the reality in the beginning to me, but now at the end, it's like, oh, guys, just so you know, that's not how it always is. Like, it's so hard to kind of like predict that, like that's not gonna happen. But like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm just talking shit, man. I'm just being toxic masculine, whatever, man. Like, I'm just being this kind of guy. But like, I feel like it's just because I guess the guy named Lawrence had a kid, and they keep describing him to be like me because he had a kid, whatever case may be, and then fucking like he was with Issa and all that other shit. I guess at the end of the day, they ended up being together. So it shows like paid like the guy got his like shit together and all this other shit. But like it's just. I don't know, man. Like, that's what people think. Like, and I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. So it was a happy ending. But like, I don't see it like that. Like, I was like, real shit, man. Like, I don't. No. I'm going through it now. I'm having a crisis. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it's just fucking crazy.
It's weird to me how they praise women who like go for shitty men who don't have jobs and shit, and then. Like it's weird that they don't get on the women for having bad decision making when it comes to men. Like, there's nothing wrong with single fathers. I'm not shitting on you guys at all. I'm just saying, like loser dudes. Like we know so many women who go for these loser ass dudes But then all their friends and all the females are like, oh, he's getting his shit together, blah, blah, blah. You know, or if he does something wrong, they're like, girl, don't worry about it. You the queen, blah, blah, blah. You know, men ain't shit. And it's like, nah, she just don't know how to choose good men. She don't know what the fuck she's doing. And it's like they never take that accountability, obviously. But they put that in so many television shows, and it's like it's just warping the minds of young women. It cracks me up, man. And like I talk to grown ass women still to this day that cannot leave whack ass men alone, and that shit is hilarious to me. Like they don't understand it, and it's like, how can you not? Like after so long, why doesn't logic settle in? I don't. It blows my mind. It's like, how can you not step outside of yourself and look at the situation and be like, man, this motherfucker is doing me wrong, and I keep coming back. There's something wrong with myself. I need to fix that.
Well, I mean, this is what we were talking about before. Girl in the Bear Suit said all her friends do. This is not what happens. Affection clouds judgment.
That's
Gigi
bullshit.
said people change after kids. People change for a lot of people. Yeah, that's some real shit. People change for a lot of reasons, though. Some people don't change after kids, though.
Affection and love and all that stuff is not alcohol. Okay, it doesn't fuck you up to where you don't know what you're doing. That's bullshit. You
Are
know
these women your friends?
If
If not,
dialogue with yourself with every decision you make, especially when it comes to powerful emotions.
She said,
you either take the road to the left, which will lead to more heartbreak, pain, or whatever, or you take the road to the right and leave the situation alone and go on with your life. But most people want to go for that left path, and they fuck shit up. So it's like, you know what you're doing.
So Gigi asked, I don't know who she's asking, are these women your friends? If not, are you having conversation and telling them they deserve better?
These are just friends. They're just talking to me. They're just friends.
Okay.
Asking me advice about men, and it's always the same.
The topic's always about something golden, but we don't ever talk about the topic. The topic was about resolutions, but motherfucker, we had a resolution, not the date. That was the whole fucking. I should have thought this through. That y'all motherfuckers.
I'm not gonna say not dating, but resolution to not get in a committed relationship.
Yeah, we already all talked about it, so it's no more in depth to that.
Well,
yeah, we're just working on our money right now. Fuck dating. That's it.
She said, do you tell them they deserve better? That was a GGS.
No, I tell them they need to look inward and find out why they keep choosing bad men.
Well, because here's the reality on deserving company. I'm gonna say right now, not everyone deserves better. Not everyone deserves better. When you tell someone you deserve better, and they're not at that level to handle better, they don't really deserve better. There are very few cases where I think people are shooting way below where they could shoot. People will generally shoot what they're prepared for, what they're used to, and what that may not always be the best. Maybe they're completely used to being manipulated and being used. And in that case, they should shoot for better. But shoot for what you're ready to handle, or what you're used to, or what you think you deserve.
What's up, Nikki?
Deserves better until they become better.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, Gigi said, do you tell them you deserve better, or do you just listen to their problems and judge? That's what she said.
Listen to their problems and judge. Because I'm keeping it real. I mean, every guy here could say, we all have that one friend or two friends or three friends. Personally, I can count on one hand all my friends that are girls who call about boy problems, and we tell them straight up, that man don't like you, that man don't love you, look, he's just here for this. Or
I mean, it's
you gotta tell him, like, look,
it's sometimes they don't want to listen.
You want is possible. He's not showing you it's worth it.
Well, and the fuck, again, I mean, we've been through this, and we know certain people, Markel, like we've told them, and our close friends, like, yo, right?
It's kind of like, okay, so like my brother is life coach, right? He used to coach people, and they would come back with the same issue after like a month. Like they'd be so happy and so juiced when he gives them this information that helps them. They go out into the world, but then they come back with the same problem. And the girls do the same shit. All they want is they either want to be reassured of the bad mistake that they're making, because they never change. They don't do anything about the situation. They listen to us, and it pretty much goes in one ear and out the other. So there's no reason to judge because they don't really listen to us. They're not going to do what we say, even if we're being logical. We're telling them the truth. We're telling them, just like Markel said, we tell them like, nah, he don't really like you. He's just trying to get some. He's been using you this whole fucking time. Blah blah this, and that. You need to move on, and you need to stop choosing these type of dudes or whatever. And then that's it. But 2 months later or whatever, 2 weeks later, they hit back up like, well, but what? I mean, he just did this the other day. So does that really mean that blah, blah, blah? And it's like, man, what the fuck is wrong with you? Just because he did one fucking thing does not override all the other bullshit that he's doing that you're obviously not picking up on.
And it's like, yeah, and it's just so hard because like some people get really emotionally attached, and not saying not all women, but some people get really emotionally attached, and sometimes it doesn't even matter what you say at this point.
And they're not. And it's crazy is when you're that obsessed. Like, it's funny. You can only ever know your idea of a person. You can never really know someone at their core. You just can't because you're not them. You don't know what they went through. You can a really, really great estimate of their patterns and thought patterns, their likes, dislikes, fears, traumas. You probably even create a really, really accurate mental map of how they function, but you never really know them. Yeah. And what happens when women and men, because I don't want to just, there are a lot of men who are completely obsessed.
Oh yeah,
who are not interested in
for sure
in the way they're interested, right?
100%.
And it's like, look, you're not obsessed with her. You're obsessed with this idea or this dream or this scenario you've built around who you think she is. Mm-hmm. It's the biggest thing to separate yourself. And I also think when it comes to like love too, if you are so caught up in your idea of somebody and you leave no room for ambiguities, you're not really in love with them. It's more like unhealthy obsession. And you ego identify with the success of your relationship. Especially, I would say, let's talk about young men, right? Let's take the spotlight off women for a minute. Let's talk about young men who are completely obsessed with their high school girlfriend. They graduated high school together, been together for just under a year. Now they're going to separate colleges. She's pulling away. She's having her college experience. She might actually already be cheating on him, may or may not have cheated on him already. She's not really in the relationship anymore because she's exploring her options and she's exploring her life. Where he is living in this little cocoon, waiting to graduate so they can go back to what they had in high school, but they're drastically different people after college, right? Mm-hmm. So obsessed with this idea of what they are supposed to be that his entire self-esteem is reliant on, are we having a good day or a bad day? Mm-hmm. I was talking to one of my friends, right? And they're talking about the situation that they were in, which I have told them time and time again, this is a bad situation to be in. It's not going to work out for you. And I said, you are so obsessive about this situation that anything positive that could have come out of it, you're suffocating it. You're drowning it. You are so obsessed and obsessive and so forcing yourself onto this thing. Any good that could have come of it, you're suffocating it or it's going right over your head. You have no idea. I said, you cannot judge the success. You cannot allow this to be something you ego identify with your self-esteem, especially if you're not married to a guy, right? So it's just one of those things where it's like, don't judge this on a day-to-day basis because your self-esteem is going to be all over the place. Don't even judge this on a week-to-week basis because your self-esteem is not going to be stable. Judge this on a month-to-month basis. If you look back on the past 3 months and they were horrible, objectively, they were bad, a bad 3 months. You have so much more accurate data in terms of making a decision for your own future.
Yeah.
If you let one bad day turn into an obsessive, compulsive, anxious person, you're going to ruin everything, even if it's great. Mm-hmm. And so, it's one of those where like, your self-esteem cannot be tied to a young commitment, right? A commitment under a year or two. When you are married and you guys are cohabitating and you guys have children, then you can sit there and say, my self-esteem is tied to my ability to fulfill my responsibility to my family. Right.
True.
But Up until that point, that should not be the center of your self-esteem. You are good whether or not they're good to you, or you are bad whether or not they're good to you, right? Objectively. And this is a big thing of not ego identifying, not becoming obsessive, not becoming compulsive. One of the reasons why I made the resolution to just not be in a relationship all year is I just have this idea of re-solidifying my own individual identity. And then if I had to go dating next year, just not morphing, right? Like as a man, what I bring to relationship is the fact that I don't morph. I am this very consistent, this very stable foundation upon which I am building something, and you can then enjoy the safety and security of it. Should I let you in?
Yeah, I think the best relationship for a guy point of view is to be so focused on your mission and let her be focused on you. That's the best way, because if you change that focus,
don't say that out loud.
It's just
don't put that out there.
I'm putting it out there. I'm putting it out there. That's the highlight right now. What y'all just said. I can feel the
Twitter fingers right now. It worked for me, man. When I'm focused on that shit more than the relationship, she's all over me, man. And it's a more fun time, because when I actually do be with her and shit like that, she's just so like all up in my face and shit, because the times I haven't been around her, I'm focused on everything else. I don't need to text her every day. I don't need to text her throughout the whole day. I only reply to her text. And, if she gets upset or irritated that I'm not on her ass all the time, look, I'm doing my shit, man. You came into my life while I'm doing this. I'm not going to stop doing this because you just came into my life. Now, if you want to go, there's the fucking door. And then I'll just go on to my own shit. And 9 times out of 10, they text back, "Okay, I'm sorry. I just saying blah blah blah. I wish I could
the 9 out of 10
with you, this and that." And so then you pick up a date like, "Okay, well, why don't you come over Tuesday? Because between this time and this time, I don't really have shit going on, so we can go hang out, get tacos, whatever." Oh my God, okay, blah blah blah. And by that, she won't cancel. She won't do any of that shit, because I haven't been really giving her that much attention, because I'm focused on my shit. And she's more focused on me, which gives the relationship some form of meaning. But the moment I break that frame, all hell's gonna break loose. So you gotta maintain that frame. That's how it's worked for me.
Mm-hmm. No, that's real. That's real. No, I respect that. But yeah, I know we got a little deep into it, and we kind of got really like heavy on this shit, man. Of Arctech. Who the fuck is Arctech? Shut up. I sound like going on YouTube. YouTube be kind of popping off sometimes with some random shit. Yeah, I got some random comments. I'm like, huh? Whatever. But I mean, I guess we can kind of top it off. I don't want to keep you guys up too late. I know some of y'all got like work and stuff like that. But we'll kind of wrap it up here, because the IG kind of ended when you guys started getting deep. I think at the end we started getting like really deep, and then boom, it ends. But I'm not sure if you guys want to add more to it. I know we went a little bit over our time than we supposed to, but
good.
This motherfucker's yawning and shit, man. Look, see,
not bad.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You could just hit that in there. Damn.
Not bad.
Yeah, man. Nah, I'm playing. But no, guys. I guess Danish said to top it off what happened. Am incorrect? Because he watched Insecure. Issa cheats on Lawrence after they committed, and that's why, because Issa and Lawrence are two big characters. I guess Issa's the main character and Lawrence is like the boyfriend. And then what's why Lawrence ended up having a kid, because she cheated on him, because Lawrence didn't have his shit. So women say he was a bum, and guys say Issa's wrong for cheating. That's just so crazy, man. Like, I don't know, man. It's tough.
See, if he was more focused on his shit and had his own shit, he wouldn't have gave a fuck and even bounced on her.
But he would have been the asshole. He'd have been like, yo, like,
I'd rather be an asshole than a dumbass.
They'd be like, oh man, he's just a bum. Like, well, he shouldn't be entertaining that shit in the first place. He should have been like, man, I got moves, I got shit I gotta do. And you're saying you slowing me down. You know what I'm saying? But I guess
like, it's not fun being in a relationship when you ain't got shit together. I've been there.
It's just
That
not
shit's stressful
fun
as
because
fuck,
they gonna
man.
be questioning your
You can't really do
shit.
shit. You
Yeah.
can't do shit. You're always stressed out.
I'm
You know what I'm
saying,
saying?
like, I'm sick of that shit, man. No, I feel you, man. Like, that's what I said. Like, at this point, y'all making a good statement. Like, why this the whole conversation, guys. Like, don't focus on your shit. Get your paper, fellas.
Man,
get your paper.
you have more fun once you got your paper, man. You don't have to worry about that shit.
I'm saying, but
And then you can have the pick of the litter. You know,
I'm saying he said he gonna get dog. You still gonna get a dog?
when I can work from home 24/7 and I got time, then yeah, I'm
really
probably
about to
thinking
get a
about
dog. I respect it, man. I'm not knocking it as long as you ain't got plants and stuff yet. So
exactly. But yeah, I gotta have shit lined up to get one of those motherfuckers. But
yeah. But all right, guys, if you guys have nothing else to say, man, I'll wrap it up here, man. I know y'all got sleep and shit, and you know what I'm saying, but I appreciate y'all coming in, man. I appreciate everyone who's tuned in onto the podcast and everyone who's tuned into. You know what, man? I actually got to start editing my shit and put it on podcast. I actually have not yet. I have like 3 or 4 episodes I haven't even posted yet on my podcast. I'll just post it maybe just a whole spool of like just episodes. But I've been just doing everything on live stream. I think a lot of people have been more on the live streams in the show, so it seems to be working. But yeah, man. Like I said, man, we'll link it up again. I'm not sure if we're gonna do it again. Hopefully, we conversate, we follow up on these things, and appreciate you, Markel, coming in. I know it's late for a lot of us, but yeah,
100%.
yeah, man, that is it, y'all.
get that money, fellas.
Get it? That's the best thing I ever
Get that
heard.
money.
But all right, y'all.
What's up?
All right, man. Later.
Peace.
Later, y'all. All right, guys. So I am the only one here, huh? Hold on.
Recording stopped.
All right. What's up, y'all? It's just me. It is just me. I'm going to end my stream and come back on with some of y'all. But appreciate y'all coming in. It's been good. It's been real. It's been real. But yeah. Hold on. Let me close this one up. Bam. Let's do this. Sorry, I might do like 3 things at once. Don't judge me. But yeah, see y'all guys next time. And people who are on Twitch, love y'all. I don't know if I'm gonna raid somebody because I don't see anybody who needs to be raided. But yeah, till next time, y'all. Let's get it.
Hello, friends. This is Dante from the YD Podcast. Thank you for tuning in onto our episode. And just wanted to give you guys some updates. I know I usually do this at the end of my episodes. I'm doing a little update. So we do still have a Patreon website. I've been putting exclusive content on there. I haven't put any dating coaches or advice or anything like that yet. I'm still working on that. If you still want to donate to the Patreon, it's still on there on the YD Podcast website. But for right now, all I'm doing right now is Venmo. I'll put the link onto this episode on the YouTube episode. Hope you guys, like I said, like the episode. But I'm putting everything on there. Currently, I am still working on advice dating coach. I want to have a community where we're having someone giving advice, having some experts on there that's helping people through dating. So I know we typically talk about a lot of funny stuff on our episodes, but I also want to provide some kind of service to everyone who's listening. So let's get their money's worth for something. It's $5. It's definitely not going to raise the price because I haven't done much with my Patreon. But I still have a Venmo on there. It's going to be on there. But I will put the link down here. You can kind of see it. And just so you guys know, I appreciate you guys joining in and tuning into our episode thus far, listening to all our stuff. But yeah, that is it for you guys. I will post more things on my Patreon. Like I said, I'll still put the exclusive content, the post episode on there, the audio form. I can't really put the video on there, but some strange reason hate file. It's too big of a file. But that's what I want to have on there, guys. And that is it. That's all I have to say. But please subscribe too, as well, on the YouTube channel if you guys haven't done so already. But that is it, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in and enjoy the rest of your day.